There's a city election this month. We'll give you all the details.
And summer is here and the Wet Zone Water Park is back.
Citizens Fire Academy is coming up. Do you have what it takes?
And the Rebuild Rowlett 5K has been rescheduled. Find out all the information.
All that and much more coming up right now. Hi, and welcome to the May edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move. I'm Todd Gottell.
And I'm Brian Funderburk.
This show is produced entirely by city staff and can be seen on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16. You can also find us on our favorite YouTube channel by going to Rowlett Texas Video, where you can find us in full HD and all the past shows as well. And of course, our favorite website, I should say Brian's favorite website.
Rowlett.com.
That's right, Rowlett.com, where you can find the past shows as well as council meetings and a lot of other different events. Brian, we've got a great program today. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. You think all the different months in the year, and I talk about this every month about what are we going to talk about this month, and we come in and there's all this news and information to share. And the first bit of information I think is really important. It's election time again.
Yes, it is, Mayor. And you know, May is an exciting time of the year too. We're kind of coming into full swing with spring. A lot of things going on, getting ready for summer, kids getting out of school. May's a pretty fun time.
So we ask you, are you going to vote in the May 6, 2017 joint election? You know, this is a great opportunity to express your voice through your vote. And I'll tell you, you know, one of the challenges that we have is getting candidates to be able to run. And it's really difficult, you know, and I really applaud those that have chosen to run. And so here are the candidates for the May 6th upcoming election. Council member place 1 is Robert Van Blumendahl. He's actually the incumbent, currently serving on city council. You have Leanne Welk. Ms. Welk is a write-in candidate whose name will not appear on the ballot. So you actually have to go in, which is something special. I don't think we've ever had that before. You'll actually have to go in and say, I want to write this candidate in. And then on council member place 3 is Bruce Hargrave. Mr. Hargrave, or Dr. Hargrave, is actually unopposed and will be serving another 3-year term. He actually took over a partial term and is now running for a full 3-year term. And then council member place 5, we actually have 2. We have the incumbent, which is Rick Sheffield, and Pam Bell, who's a realtor in the area. So best of luck to all the folks that are running. And early voting continues through May 2nd. And on Monday, May 1st through Tuesday, May 2nd, they'll be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And election day, of course, is Saturday, May 6th from 7 to 7. And if you have any questions about the voting locations, please contact the City Secretary's office at 972-412-6115 or visit the election page at rowlett.com. You know, I think election season is always a great season. It's an opportunity for those that are interested in running. I'm always disappointed, though, that we don't have more candidates. Sometimes people are so vocal when you read the social media sites, but yet they don't get involved. You know, and it's a great opportunity to get involved in your community and be part of something really great.
Well, and Mayor, as you know, this is an exciting time to even live in Rowlett, and so the opportunity, you know, to be a part of that governance structure and to serve the citizens of Rowlett is pretty powerful, you know, and so it is a surprise that we don't have more people running.
Well, you know, it was interesting. In April, the end of April, we actually I was invited to a Democratic forum where they had an opportunity to meet the candidates. This was the only real opportunity for what I call the public to come in and meet the candidates that were there. I thought it was well advertised. We had some folks show up, but we only had probably about 25 people. And that included the folks from the Democratic Club. So it was just rather disappointing in that sense, because you think people would want to know more about those that are running, especially because all those dollars stay directly in our community. You know, 100% of that money stays right here.
Well, and Mayor, as you know, last November we had the largest election you know, we'd ever seen in Rowlett.
That's right.
I think just early voting alone was somewhere around 16,000 votes. And so here we are in May, and so we certainly would hope people would vote, and we hope to see a large turnout. Well,
we certainly look forward to it. Again, if you have a chance to early vote, please do that. It cannot be any easier than that. Polls are open on May 1st and 2nd from 7 to 7. And of course, Election Day is May 6th as well. So look forward to seeing you there. Well, we've got a great program, another program that's designed to help the tornado survivors. Brian?
The April 15th Rebuild Rowlett 5K has been postponed to June 10th. Rowlett Strong is proud to announce the second Rebuild Rowlett 5K on Saturday, June 10th in downtown Rowlett. This 5K benefits victims still affected by the December 26 tornado. All proceeds are going to rebuild Rowlett Foundation for long-term relief administered by the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce. The cost is $25 for pre-registration online and $35 on race day. The price includes the finisher medal for all, and parking is available on the lot next to the Chamber of Commerce, the First Baptist Church parking lot, and if you want to warm up a little bit before the run, you can park at dark. So the last-minute packet pickup begins promptly at 7 a.m., and the opening ceremony will be at 7:45 a.m. with a shotgun start at 8 a.m. A virtual race has been added so you can run anywhere. Please visit rowlettstrong.org for all the details.
I'll tell you what, Steve Walker and his team have done a tremendous job. Rowlett.org, or rowlettstrong.org is just a marvelous organization, and they continue to do whatever they can to try to help those survivors of the tornado. And there's still families that are still in the process of rebuilding and trying to get back on their feet from that. So,
Mayor, and that's true. I mean, we look at it and we see all the homes that have been rebuilt, or maybe those that are still in the rebuilding stage. But we have to recognize there are still people even today that aren't back in their homes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Brian, something a little bit more fun to talk about is really our Citizens Fire Academy. Have you ever wondered what it's like to put on 50 pounds of gear and put out a fire? I admire all the men and women that do that. And sometimes you said, if I could ever walk in the shoes or spend a day in the life of, well, here's an opportunity with the Rowlett Fire Rescue. Invite you to an inside view of the department by enrolling in the Rowlett Citizens Fire Academy. The Rowlett Fire Rescue offers a 9-week class that gives you hands-on experience, including CPR, pulling a fire hose, vehicle extraction, and more. The class is held every Thursday beginning June 1st, 2017. The burn day will be held on July 29th. And the best part is it's free to Rowlett citizens. You can call Julie Ward for more information, or if you're interested in signing up, give her a call at 972-412-6230. And the classes fill up very quickly. This is a really cool thing. If you ever, experience this a day in the life of what do the firemen do during the day, it really is amazing in terms of the things that they, everything from medical calls to going out on a fire. You don't realize how heavy that hose actually is. And when you turn that water on, I'll tell you what, you better know how to stand, and you better have a grip on it with a couple of people, because it can really, it's extremely powerful.
The pressure is really something, and then also the whole process for putting out a fire correctly, which they go over in the academy, is really remarkable. Most people just think throw water on it. Well, there's a process for that, and you get to learn that as a part of this class.
And I took a class with them on how to put a fire out, and using a fire extinguisher, and to be able to, most people just kind of shoot it in the general area, and you say no, you got to go to the base, and you have to work, and then you kind of work your way in, and it's And after you learn the technique, you're like, oh, that was a lot easier than I thought it was. But I would have extinguished an entire bottle had I not known how to do it properly. So there's a lot of opportunities there, I think, for people to learn, especially about safety, and you have a whole new level of respect for the men and women that serve that department.
Yep.
Well, a lot of fun. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to be talking about summertime fun in Rowlett.
Hey folks, it's time again to sign up for the Citizens Fire Academy. Citizens Fire Academy is a chance for citizens of Rowlett to participate in a 9-week course that gives a glimpse into the world of firefighting and EMS. Classes are held on Thursday night from 7 to 10 at Fire Station 1. Students have the opportunity to learn classroom techniques that will apply to a hands-on application at the end of the course. Students will gain the knowledge in station life and where their tax dollars go towards. How different fire apparatus work, how to use the jaws of life to cut someone out of a car, ambulance operations, CPR and first aid knowledge, how to fight and extinguish fires, and how to properly put on fire gear and an air pack. And at the end of the course will be the burn day. This is the most exciting day for the students. You and your classmates will have the opportunity to apply all the skills you learned in the previous weeks at the North Texas Fire Academy burn facility in Rockwall. There you will get to function as a team and battle the dragon, just like professional firefighters. This is a free event, so don't delay. Get signed up today and reserve your spot on the roster. Contact Julie Ward today at 972-412-6230.
And we are back. I'll tell you what, Brian, you know, one of the greatest things about summer is that the opening of the pool.
Well, and that's true, Mayor. The Wet Zone, Rowlett's Water Park, is the coolest place in town. And guess what? It opens for weekends starting on May 13th. It opens daily starting June 2nd. So you should come for the day, or better yet, buy a season pass and come as many times as you like during the summer. All are welcome, but if you're a Rowlett resident, you'll receive a discount on the purchase of daily admission and season passes. Another plus, parking is always free at the Wet Zone. An event-filled summer is planned at the Wet Zone. Check out their website for all the details at wetzonewaterpark.com.
So let me tell you about my pet peeve.
Okay,
and that's parking. You have to pay for parking.
Yes.
Oh, I just can't stand having to pay for parking. There's nothing worse when I have appointments downtown or around the area, I have to pay for parking. I'm like, oh, I hate that. But to be able to go and bring your family out there, park for free, and Wet Zone is a blast. If you folks have never been to Wet Zone, whether you're a parent or a grandparent, it's a great opportunity to give the kids an opportunity for something to do. It's really just it's a pool on steroids, so to speak, because you have so many different things to do, from just the entry-level pool for the small children, to a lap pool if you want to go swimming in a deeper end, or you want to go down the slide, or just a whole lot of fun. And there's something for everybody. And don't forget the birthday parties.
That's right.
That's right.
And Mayor, and as you remember last summer, we put in a new slide, so we have a new feature down there.
That's right.
And so it's very exciting right now. I can't wait to see what happens this summer. We're going to have the grandkids ourselves for this summer for a while, and we're going to be taking them to the water park every day.
Well, for more information, you can go to our website at rowlett.com, especially for parties and other things to book that. I'll give you a phone number to call, but they book up pretty fast. It's just a whole lot of fun for the entire family. And of course, it's right next door to Kids Kingdom.
Yes, it
is. Which is even more fun too. So give it a try. And of course, speaking of Kids Kingdom, what park is that right next to?
Pecan Grove.
That's right. So if you're at Wet Zone and you decide to go for a quick workout, I've got a great idea for you. Check this out. The installation of the new ExoFit outdoor exercise equipment has been completed along the Pecan Grove Park Trail. This is really neat. And the machine was strategically placed along the path to provide an opportunity for cardiovascular break and to give the users an opportunity to work on the body, weight, strength, and strength training, which is really important as well. So not only go for a walk, but I can do some strength training too. And it's free on a first come, first served basis. And here's a quick video that shows all the newly installed equipment.
Have you heard the buzz about West Nile virus? Protect yourself and your family from the mosquito bites that spread the virus. Use mosquito repellents when you go outside. When possible, wear long-sleeved shirts and pants. Remove standing water where mosquitoes breed. Most people who get West Nile virus don't feel sick, but it may cause serious illness. Fight the bite. Tell mosquitoes to buzz off.
Oh, stop.
I saw it. I'm sorry.
Stop. No,
it's that time of the season again.
No, you're beating up on me again.
I have to be nice to you too
All
lately.
right, Mayor. Summertime in Texas means the return of mosquitoes. Unfortunately, there are several illnesses and diseases transmitted by humans by mosquitoes. The most common in our area is West Nile virus. Here are some more tips on keeping mosquitoes in control around your house and reducing your risk of being bit. Do you remember the 4 Ds? DEET. All day, every day. Whenever you're outside, use insect repellents that contain DEET. Dress. Wear long, loose, and light-colored clothing outside. Drain. Remove all areas of standing water in and around your home. And dusk and dawn. Limit outdoor activities during dusk and dawn hours when mosquitoes are most active. For the Rowlett Mosquito Action Plan and more prevention tips, visit our page dedicated mosquito and West Nile information on rowlett.com. You know, Mayor, this is a serious issue.
Yeah, very serious.
And there are people who get very, very ill from this and can even die. And so, just taking those 4 basic steps, the 4 Ds, can save you from a lot of grief.
Well, and you know, Brian, at the end of the day, it's you don't realize around your property sometimes you have little things of standing water. It could be it could be a little pool, like a bird bath that's been sitting there for some time. It could be you know, an old tire or something that you have laying back against the house. I've been, you know, sometimes you see these properties and you have tires, old tires laying in the back, and they seem to be very harmless until the rain gets in and fills up with water, and then it becomes a breeding ground for those mosquitoes in there. So it's really important that you drain that stuff, get that stuff out of your yard, you know, put it back in the garage where it belongs. And you know, frankly, even for swimming pools, there are some folks that don't maintain the swimming pools, and you have to make sure that, you know, they are maintained. And so if you have a neighbor that's not maintaining the swimming pool and it's turning green with algae, you need to call us, and we will go out there, and we have mosquito dunks that we can put in, or you can pick some up and put them in and around your property area. But we can also go out and make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing to make sure those pools are clean and safe. It's important. So again, the 4 Ds, it's pretty simple. And you know, Brian, the products that contain DEET, they're very clearly marked on there. You can buy them at pretty much any store that's there. And you know, an ounce of prevention goes a long, long way. Yeah. And of course, Brian, since summertime is here and there are a lot of hot temperatures, here's some water conservation tricks and tips from the Rowlett Utility Billing Department. Did you know that the average water use in Texas averages 169 gallons per person per day, and our population is projected to nearly double in the next 50 years? By adopting a few simple water-saving measures, you can reduce the amount of water and save money. One, you can of course stop the drip. Now, what does that mean? Well, don't ignore a leaky faucet. There's often, you know, very inexpensive ways and very easy ways to do that repair. That's the first part. And you'd be surprised, just a small drip, how much water can be wasted or can accumulate. Two, turn it off. You know, if you know where the master shutoff valve is for your water in case the pipe bursts. You know, I always tell people, make sure you have that tool, because if you have to go in there and something happens, it's not as simple as going down in my basement in Philadelphia and turning the valve off. You need a tool to be able to go and do that. And it takes time for us to be able to get out there. So you always should make sure that you have that type of tool to be able to do that, just in case a pipe bursts. Two, sweep, don't spray. You know, don't waste water by cleaning your patios or sidewalks. Use a broom. It's real simple to do. Use a blower. Finally, you know, you can protect the pipes. Insulate the hot water pipes. It's so critically important it's there, because at the end of the day, that's wasting, you know, it's very easy for those to burst or very easy for those to waste a lot of energy. And then finally, mulch the lawn. You know, don't scalp the lawn by mowing during hot weather. And leave the clippings in the lawn instead of bagging it. I know sometimes it looks a lot nicer when you bag, but there's a point where you do need to mulch that lawn, and allows the clippings to go in there, and it keeps everything moist so it lasts a long time. For more tips on how to use your water wisely and more efficiently, visit Water IQ and enter your zip code. Also, the utility billing and collections page at rowlett.com has a wealth of information regarding this subject as well.
Well, Mayor, as you know, this is an important discussion that we have in our community. Not everybody realizes just what it goes into using water. And so if you're not smart about it, if you don't have a plan going in, you know, particularly where irrigation is involved, you can get some pretty high bills and be pretty surprised.
Well, one thing that we didn't talk about here that I think is also really important is the fact that when you need to make sure that your sprinkler systems, if you use them, are calibrated correctly. Because a lot of cases, if you remember that time we went out and we said, let's use my property, we'll showcase it, we were using 170 gallons a minute coming out of that sprinkler system. And you didn't realize how much water. I mean, we made sure all the water was off. We looked at the meter and said, I don't have a leak because nothing's moving on the meter. And immediately turned the sprinkler system on. Boy, that meter was going. And it was 170 gallons a minute. And so, you know, you take that times 10 stations on 10 minutes, you're using a significant amount of water. So use it wisely, because in a lot of cases you'll talk to the experts and you don't have to water that often. And so, you know, stop the leaks, check your toilets to make sure that the flappers aren't leaking. A lot of times they'll come on and off. You waste a lot of water that way as well. Just an ounce of prevention. You know, typically every 6 months I go through, I just check the water on the flappers in the toilet. I run around and check the faucets to make sure that there's nothing there. And, you know, just it does save a lot.
Well, check out our tricks and tips on Rowlett.com, and you'll save a lot of money.
Well, Brian, one thing that you'll see, we have construction going on all over the place, and I am so excited about Bayside. But you know, one of the concerns I've heard a lot about has to do with what are we going to do with all that traffic on 30? And I know you've got some great news on that.
That's right, Mayor. TxDOT is holding a public meeting on May 4th to solicit comments on the proposed improvements to an approximately 17-mile section of I-30 from Bass Pro Drive to west of FM 2642. The proposed improvements to I-30 would reconstruct and widen the highway. Transportation improvements are needed on I-30 to address current and projected traffic demands and facility deficiencies, and to establish a safe and efficient thoroughfare by which to provide goods and services to the eastern portion of Dallas-Fort Worth. The public meeting will be held on Thursday, May 4th from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., and it will be open house format with no formal presentation. The location is at Rockwall County District Courthouse, which is on Liberty Hall. This is 1111 East Yellow Jacket Lane, building number 401, again in Rockwall, Texas, 75087. Mayor, we should be really excited that TxDOT is at this stage with making the kind of improvements they need on I-30. You know, it's a huge bottleneck, particularly across the lake. And when Bayside opens up, it is just going to get exponentially worse unless something is actually done.
Well, I-30 today is already bad. You know, all the fatalities that we have, I don't know what it is about that particular section of I-30, but it seems like people come over and they see the lake with the bridge or whatever, and it just, I'm not sure, but there seems to be a lot of fatalities there. And so we've needed improvements for some time. You know, when Ralph Hall was in Congress, Congressman Hall was very adamant about putting in some service roads and trying to do expansion, because as soon as we have an accident, what happens? It gridlocks Rowlett. And how many times have you folks been out sitting in traffic and it is bumper to bumper traffic trying to wind your way from one part of 30 through Rowlett back to another part of 30? It's not only terrible for our citizens here, but it adds a lot of time on the commute. So the improvements, one, are really needed. Two, with Bayside coming along, it's going to allow for a much safer entrance and exit, because we hear a lot of times with the Dow Rock exit, what's going to happen? Mm-hmm. Well, this is a much safer entrance and exit, and it just makes a whole lot more sense when you see the plan. So I'm looking forward to getting started, and I'm really pleased that this has been somewhat fast-tracked, because, you know, working with TxDOT in the past, some things can take a long, long time, and the funding issue is really one of the biggest issues. So to be able to have the funding for this is just critically important. So, well, Brian, let's go to another commercial break, and we get back and we're talking about upcoming dates of interest.
In the summer, outdoor water usage can account for 50 to 80% of homes' water use. Knowing when and how much water to use are important factors in water conservation and maintaining lower water bills. Watering should always be done either in the early morning or late evening hours. This keeps water from evaporating between the sprinkler and the grass, as well as off the grass itself. Most Texas lawns only require 1 inch of water once a week to maintain a healthy and deep root system. Lawns with a shallow root system are not drought tolerant and will not survive hot Texas summers. For information on when and how to water your specific area, visit www.watermyyard.org. Remember, every drop counts.
Do you know where your water comes from? How it gets to you? How much you use every day? Think about it. The truth is, here in North Texas, water is one of our most precious resources, and it's hard to really appreciate something we get so easily, simply by turning on a sprinkler. In the summer, our outdoor water use more than doubles, and 50% of that water is wasted. We can't bring it back, but we can use less. Visit watermyyard.org for weekly alerts on when to water based on your local weather. When you know better, you water better.
And we're back. So let's talk about some of the upcoming dates of interest. First off, we have council and P&Z meetings in May. Our council meetings are May 2nd and 16th, and planning and zoning is May 9th and 23rd.
In addition, Rowlett Fire Rescue is holding their standard first aid and CPR class on May 20th from 8:30 to 12:30 at the Rowlett Community Center. The cost is $30, and the class is open to anyone 16 years or older and is limited to 12 students. After completion, students will receive a book and a 2-year course completion card from the American Heart Association. To register and for more information, call Julie Ward at 972-412-6230.
Also, May 20th, the animal adoption event at the Rowlett Animal Shelter runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Be prepared for wagging tails, wet noses, and unconditional love. We also offer discounted adoption fees, and all of them include vaccination, sterilization, of course, and microchipping. And you can stop by and see all the wonderful animals that we have for adoption at the shelter. The shelter is located at 4402 Industrial Street. Again, if you're thinking about adopting, you're thinking about getting a pet, actually consider adopting. Tell you what, we have some great animals, all different sizes, shapes. We have dogs, we have cats. all different ages that are there, and highly recommend. These folks are looking for their forever home, these little furry friends as we call them, or fur buddies, but I'll tell you what, it's a great opportunity to stop by and check them out. And of course, we always have new and different animals coming in, so you just never know what you're going to find when you're there. So please feel free to stop by and see all the wonderful animals, especially during the adoption time. But you can see them Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Then it's the Memorial Day celebration featuring Touch-A-Truck on Saturday, May 27th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Rowlett Community Center. During this moving ceremony, the City of Rowlett honors the brave men and women who have dedicated their lives to preserving our freedom. Immediately after the ceremony, the day continues with Touch-A-Truck, a fun and educational opportunity for children of all ages to touch, climb on, and explore over 25 trucks lined up at the Rowlett Community Center parking lot. For more details, visit our website at rowlett.com.
And of course, city offices will be closed in observance of Memorial Day on Monday, May 29th. And of course, Brian, our Fireworks on Main event.
Very exciting. Fireworks on Main, a hometown celebration, will be held on Tuesday, July 4th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mark your calendars now. It's the biggest event this summer, and you're invited. This fun-filled night for the whole family will feature live music, children's activities, food, and a spectacular fireworks show. We'll be announcing the performers this month, so stay tuned.
Well, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Can't wait for that. And so in closing, I want to say thank you so much for watching the May 2017 edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move. Any information, date, or story heard on the show can be found on our website at rowlett.com. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook pages at Rowlett, Texas City Government, or Todd Guttel, Mayor Rowlett, for the latest and up-to-date information. So until next time, thanks for watching Rowlett on the Water on the Move.